Welcome back to the new Yachtsman channel. Today's topic is the yacht broker, of which I am one. Yacht brokers are similar to real estate agents, with the exception of in the real estate industry, each state generally has a test you take and a school you go to pass the test. And there's actually quite a bit to learn, and you have to prove that you've learned those things to become a real estate agent. And many times you have to work as a real estate agent under an expert agent for a period of time before you can go off on your own. The yacht broker industry is very much a free-for-all. Most states don't really have much regulation at all. The states of Florida and California, where most boats are sold, both of those states do have regulations, and you need a bond and you need a license, but there's no real test. So you cannot assume that just because someone has a card that says they're a yacht broker, that they know about the laws related to yachting, to the yacht purchase and sale agreement, to maritime law, and they may not even know a lot about boats themselves. So you have to be more careful selecting a yacht broker or working with a yacht broker than you do a typical real estate agent. Because like I said, most real estate agents have been through some level of training and some level of certification. Now, the yacht brokers, I would break up into one of several categories. The professional yacht broker, the person that has been doing it for a long time and does it full time and works more than 40 hours a week, just like in the real estate business, they probably do 80% of the business. And I would recommend you find someone that is a full-time yacht broker that has good experience, that has been around it for long enough to know what they're doing. We hire new young people and they can learn pretty quick. And as long as someone that's new in the industry is working with people in their office that is experienced, that works just fine, because most yacht brokerage offices, like a real estate office, is a team, and they have resources they can go to. And yacht brokers are really salesmen in the beginning. They call it the salesman license in Florida. And then they work under a master broker. And that master broker is responsible for all of the salespeople under them. And they're working under that license. That, again, is very much like most real estate offices. Some of the yacht brokers are very technical. You'll meet guys that are ex-captains that want to make more money. I find that the captain yacht broker is very, very knowledgeable, knows a lot about the boats, but isn't always a great salesperson, doesn't always call back on time, doesn't necessarily have the discipline to research all of your questions, but they can be excellent as far as boat knowledge. The new yacht broker typically comes from some other sales environment, and quite often they're very good salespeople. They just have more to learn about the boats. Very few people started as a yacht broker. I would say most yacht brokers I have met became yacht brokers because they were boaters in some capacity, and they found a way to make a living, as I did, in something that they're passionate about. So I have my own boat, and I like boating, and that's why I became a yacht broker. Fairly common in the industry. But you will meet people that are yacht brokers to make money, and there's nothing wrong with that, but they may not have a boat at all and may have very little boating experience. But that doesn't mean they can't run a brokerage deal. So you have to figure out what you're the most comfortable with. Now, I will say that as a new yachtsman, which is the definition of this channel, if you don't have a lot of experience and you're working with a broker that doesn't have a lot of experience, you need some outside help. And that help could come in many forms. Maybe the listing broker of the boat or the manufacturer's rep is the expert you're relying on. Maybe there's a captain that you've known for a while, or you can hire to represent you. Your surveyor will certainly be an expert on survey day, but I would recommend you work with someone with more experience than you, more knowledge than you, to even start shopping for a boat. And the best way to do that in the beginning, if you haven't identified that person, is really to go out and look at different yachts and meet some of these listing brokers. And you may end up meeting a listing broker of a boat you don't necessarily want, but you feel a rapport with that broker, and that broker ends up helping you go find another boat, just like a real estate agent would. For example, when you're shopping for a house, you may go to an open house, you may look at the house and not like it, but the person that's representing that house, you hit it off with, and you told that person what type of house you're really looking for. And now the agent that was at that open house is helping you buy a different house, and it may not be their listing at all. Very common in the brokerage industry. The licensing of the brokers in Florida and California does have a performance bond, if you will, so that there's some protection against fraud on your part. I would say that the yacht broker is really not capable in most cases of doing anything funny with your money. The yacht broker usually works for a fairly large brokerage house. The brokerage house has a separate bank account for escrow deposits and things, just like a real estate office would. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the yacht broker doing something dishonest with your money or anything like that. I never see that. The only thing you have to really watch out for when you're working with a yacht broker is that the boat's being oversold, that the boat is capable of what the yacht broker's claiming, or that it's been serviced better than it has, or that the brand in particular is good at doing this or that. So I would say that your main concern with the yacht broker is that they are accurately representing the product and you trust that what they're telling you is true. And they really need to augment your knowledge. So you should be able to very quickly be comfortable that the yacht broker is telling you the truth and he is representing the product and is able to answer your questions. Any listing broker should be able to answer all the pertinent information about the yacht they're representing. I would say this is much more difficult than in the real estate market. Everyone lives in a house, everyone can relate to a house. But most of us that are selling the yachts that are in the class you're looking at, we can't afford a yacht like you're looking at, or we wouldn't be working. So what you're going to find is it really takes a lot of effort on a yacht broker's part to learn the details about the product they're representing, because they don't have one like you're looking at. And you have to really take some time to understand the systems and be able to explain it to your customer, because you don't have one. Very unlike real estate, very much unlike the car business or many other things in life. Actually, if you have an airplane, I would say being a yacht broker is very much like being an airplane salesman. Very few airplane salesmen have an airplane of the class that they sell. Now, they may have a small airplane, but they don't have the $10 million airplane that they're selling. Very common in the yacht brokerage industry as well. If you find this information interesting, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in our next session.